I've used some clamps here to dry fit the pieces for the case, and you notice that the front and back pieces go in between the side pieces. Since this case, the integrity of this case depends on the glue used, we're going to switch to carpenter's glue for this and clamp it up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this apart, and then we're going to reposition the front piece, put a clamp on it temporarily. Then we're going to put glue on the mating surfaces of the rear piece and clamp that in temporarily. And the reason I'm saying temporarily is we might have to adjust it a little bit because we want the case to be square. How do I determine if the case is square? Measure from corner to corner. And if the dimensions are the same, then you have a square box. Now that you've glued and set the clamps, turn the unit over onto the bottom and place the bottom in, and that will make sure that it's nice and square. I've just finished drilling the last of 4 pilot holes, the screws that will hold the bottom onto the case. So now I'm going to take those half-inch screws that we had mentioned before and secure them to the case, and that secures the bottom to the case. And that completes that. The last thing we'll do to the basic case is now to sand it down. I just completed sanding the case smooth and rounding all of the edges, and I've also taken off the bottom of the case so I can put that 1" by 3" spacer in here and glue it in. So I'm going to put some glue on this 1" by 3" spacer and place it flush with where the straight portion of the top meets the beveled portion of the top. Also, while we were waiting, I glued together the 3 4" by 11 pieces and made the case, the volume pedal itself, that goes on like this. Now we're going to attach the volume control pedal to the volume control base with a removable hinge pin that allows the 2 parts of the hinge to come apart. Now what I've done is I've placed a line 6 inches down from the end and a 1/2 inch in on the volume control pedal. I've done the same, 6 inches down and a 1/2 inch in on the base. Now what I'm going to do is take one part of the hinge pin, put it on the base, and line it up with those 2 marks so that it's fairly precise, and then mark the 3 holes that have to be drilled. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other part of the hinge pin and line it up on the lines and mark the 3 holes. Then I'm going to drill these 3 holes and use screws to attach the hinges to the different parts of the volume control. Okay, we've attached the hinge portions to both the base and the pedal, and now we're just going to put them together and slide in the hinge pin. Well, I'm not going to slide it in all the way, but what we have here, as you can tell, is a working volume control pedal.